What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be recapping some of the trades we made. So all in all, today we're finished the day up $1,200. Traded BIDU for $30. Traded CANF for 600. $96 on Tesla and $96 on Netflix. 485 on Tesla. This DFRG one in there is a random. We're not even going to discuss. That's pointless. All right, so let's get into the chart here. Go full screen on this guy. Shrink this down. Don't need that, or maybe we do. Go like this. Zoom out, and let's get on the show trades. All right, so here are the trades from today. Ended up getting short here. So this is my first trade on Netflix. Was actually looking for this to break down a bit, kind of out of this wedge pattern. So you could kind of see, it's kind of channeling, going to the side, and was basically looking for a short breakdown here. So I got in short, bottom of this red candle. As soon as I got short at 346.99, we got sucked up instantly on that candle, and I could already feel that it was a wrong stock to be shorting. So I took it off instantly next candle at 347.60. So again, in at 346.99, out at 347.66. So lost about 67 cents on that trade. All right, the next trade, I get in 200 shares long here at 348.28. After I realize it's probably not the best one to be shorting, I instantly flipped to a long bias on it after that. So I ended up getting long at 200 shares at 348.42 here. Kind of trails off a little bit, gets sucked up, take off my first 150 shares here at 349.63. And then I kind of felt a little bit of selling pressure, like, meh, okay. It was moving slow anyway, so then I took my last 50 shares off at 349.39. So all in all, pretty decent. Ended up getting $96 on that. So I think we lost about 130 or so, maybe 100, something like that, right about here. A little bit over 100 we lost on the first short trade, and the second trade was able to get back the money that was lost initially with another $96, okay? Next trades were Tesla, or else I think I traded Tesla first, but here we go, the trades on Tesla, okay? So anyways, right, Tesla had been going down for quite a couple days. This morning we had this extreme panic sell-off early in the morning. I just thought it was an overreaction to the sentiment that had already been there with Tesla for the last couple days. Tesla's been selling off, so today everyone's like, all right, let's short it some more, let's sell it some more. So I was like, all right, I had a feeling this was going to happen today. And even in our pre-market live stream, I was like, I think I'm going to be long Tesla today. And so sure enough, we kind of sell off here. We got a couple lower wicks getting bought up. I could just kind of feel the buying pressure coming in. I see a lot of people selling, but the buyers are still just outweighing the sellers. So I'm like, all right, I think this is going to go for a nice reversal. So I ended up getting long here as soon as we just kind of start breaking the 9 moving average. And I even said to myself, I should probably be long on this candle, but I never hopped in. Ended up hopping in here on this candle up here. 200 shares long at 198.24. We go through a slight little 1-minute pullback. We get bought right back up. So then, so we're in at 200 shares at 198, breaks over the 9 moving average. I get in, we go for a 1-minute pullback, then we go back up, and then end up selling 150 shares here at the VWAP at 198.95. So I was in at 198.24, took 150 shares off at 198.95, so made about 60 cents there. And then I hopped back in long when I felt the bill. This is what happened, right? So let me zoom out a little bit. You might not be able to see it too well, but I'll try and explain as best I can. So we get in long initially, right? This candle, take 150 shares off on this one here. Next candle goes extremely bearish red, and then gets sucked right back up. And at that point, I go, okay, this one's over the VWAP and more. So then I end up adding in another 150 shares long. So I'm back in 200 shares. And I let it run all the way up to here, take off 150 shares, so I get back in long, 150 at 199.42, and I take those 150 shares off at 201.69, and then I hold 50 shares and let it kind of do its thing, and it kind of decreases, breaks VWAP. I'm like, all right, at this point, we no longer are bullish in the short-term time frame, so then I took it off. You can see it ends up decreasing, coming back a little bit, and then it goes back up, eventually. Here we are. Okay, so Tesla, all in all, pretty decent on the day. CANF, I made money on it, but it wasn't the best trade. I got a bad fill. We'll talk about it. But we spotted this long trade, basically You know, it was like, what time of day was it? It was like right here, honestly. I think it was like somewhere in here, like right about here. I think it was in this time period. I said, watch this stock for late days. It'll probably squeeze. So, you know, I stuck around in the chat room a little bit longer than I normally would. Normally, I hop off live with our private group around like, you know, maybe like 10:30ish, 11. I think I was on all the way till about 11:30 today, waiting for this trade. I think this trade was right about 11 or so. Yeah, this trade was at about 11:25. So again, I stuck around to about 11:30, a little bit longer than I normally would, because I seen this development taking place. So anyways, was just a long developing bullish pattern. You know, whatever you want to call it, a bullish pennant, bull flag, however you want to view it or see it. I could just tell it was developing right about here. So we were just kind of waiting for the right time to hop in. And so I was even, you know, and really what happened was we pop up on this candle. This little red candle comes down to retest this little trend. We start holding. I seen the buyer starting to come in. So as soon as I click buy and release for the buy, the price jumped all the way up to the top of 828, and so I get filled right at 815. So really, when I first went to buy, price was about 780, 790, right? And then as soon as I click buy and take my finger off and the order goes through, prices jump up all the way to about, price jumped all the way up to about 826. I get filled at 815. The spread was pretty wide at that time. So again, by the time I get in, the spread's like 30 cents. Candle comes all the way back down. I was negative 800. I'm like, well, but it was so fast. I had a feeling we're just going to push right back up and squeeze the short sellers. So again, I got a bad fill on it. If not for the bad fill, it would have been way more profitable on the trade. But nonetheless, I kind of understood what was going on here. And we were looking at a short squeeze. So I hop in long, right? And I got 2,500 shares, get 2,500 shares long at 815, take off 2,000 shares at 832, hold another 500 shares and take those off at 870. So all in all, pretty good trade considering I got a terrible fill. And partially the fill was bad due to the fact that I was using a market order. You know, I know all about market orders, believe me. But if it weren't for a market order, yeah, we might have had a better fill. But if I was trying to get filled 2,500 shares, the limit order would have never gone through. The market makers would have jumped my order anyways, trying to get me to pay a higher price anyways. So again, is what it is. Bad fill, but still ended up $600 in the green on that. So we covered Tesla, and that was all the trades. BIDU is the last one. I'll show you guys BIDU. So here we are, BIDU. We ended up getting short here, 300 shares at 118. Kind of trickled down, and it was just becoming boring, so I just ended up taking it off, right? So I got short kind of on this breakdown, and then it just got boring, so I took it off and made $30. That's about it. So those were all the trades for today. Ended up pretty green day. Happy about it. Good way to start the week. So if you guys have any questions, again, feel free, comment in the section below. We do all of these trades live within our group. So if you guys want to hop in the live room, that way you can follow along and learn from somebody who's been doing this for quite a long time, feel free to do so. Links are provided in the description below. Other than that, take care, and I will see you guys on the next video.